Hey everybody, Sean here, and I hope you're doing well. Yes, you read that title correctly, so let's jump right in. And special thanks to David Parkins for sharing this. This video is Jesse at the Believers Convention with Kenneth Copeland Ministries, false teachers sticking together. Jesse's going to tell another tall tale about God telling him the winner of the Kentucky Derby in 2021. And there's a big surprise ending.
And I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. I had the honor of going to the Kentucky Derby last year. I've been wanting to go to the Kentucky Derby all my life. Not because I'm a gambler, I just like them horses. I mean, they're athletes. I just want to see them. They run. They're actually 3 seconds from a total heart attack, every one of them. That's why you don't see them stop real quick. You see them run past. So slow that heart down because they'll die. And they make them go almost halfway around the track before they turn them around. Because I'm going to tell you something, they're at the point of no return. But I wanted to go. And I was invited by a wonderful friend of mine, and I don't realize how much that cost because I didn't pay, but it's like $40,000 a person to go up where you see the finish line, you know where the post is? And man, they're feeding us crab meat and anything you want.
Jesse never ceases to amaze us. He just had to throw in that the tickets cost $40,000 and he was getting fed crab and anything they want.
And I'm sitting next to this lady, and they all got these beautiful gowns on with beautiful hats. It's the Kentucky Derby. They're drinking mint juleps and whatever that is, I don't know. And I'm just looking at the horse. I want to see the horses. But I didn't know I was talking to the wife of the president of Churchill Downs. Right there. And I'm just talking. She said, "This is the first time you're at the Derby?" "Yeah." She said, "Oh, you betting?" I said, "No." I said, "Because I'd probably win." And she said, "What?" I said, "Then I'd have to look for a place to put the money in. I don't have time for that."
What arrogance. He's not betting because he'd probably win and would have to figure out where to put all that money. Who actually says something like that? Oh, right, Jesse.
And I'm serious. And she went, "Oh, okay." And they're all just walking around. Kathy was with me. And to make a long story short, man, I didn't know that they run a lot of other races. Then they have what they call the running of the roses, which is the Kentucky Derby then. And they sing my old Kentucky home, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sitting at the table, ladies and gentlemen, and the Lord spoke to me at the Kentucky Derby. He said, "You want to know who's going to win?" I said, "Yeah."
Because God telling Jesse this is going to build God's kingdom how? If you do support Jesse, realize that besides Kat Kerr, he is the king of storytellers. And I assure you that God is not wasting his time with telling Jesse all the nonsense he claims is happening.
Now, I'm looking at all the sheep, and I can't figure it all out. They got the horses with everything. I never seen that before in my life, He said, "Medina Spirit." He said, "You can tell them." I said, "Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you want to know who's going to win this Derby?" And they looked at me, And they respect you if you got a little white hair. I said, "Medina Spirit." "Oh, no, man, no, Medina Spirit not going to win. No, that can't. I mean, the odds of Medina Spirit." Well, I said, "I'm telling you, God told me the Medina Spirit's going to win the Derby." They said, "Who told you?" Just like God told Kenneth to destroy my boots, I told him Medina Spirit would win that Derby. That horse, it's never happened. That horse led from the minute it came out that gate. Wow. And the Medina Spirit won the Kentucky Derby.
The part I'm curious about is why God didn't tell Jesse that the winner was going to be disqualified and stripped of his title after the horse failed a drug test. Yeah, the rider was suspended and fined for using this drug. Remember, this is the guy that God supposedly asked Jesse if he was happy with his jet and that he should maybe get a better one. And he's been to heaven multiple times.
Watch it. They turn around to me. They said, "Did you bet?" I said, "No." "My God, do you know how much money you could have made?" Then they looked at me. "Are you coming back next year?"
And this crowd just laughs along with his storytelling. It's heartbreaking. And later, while talking about a fruit basket, he says this.
"This was the biggest fruit basket I've ever seen in my life. It looked like a coffin. I swear to God. It was from this man to about where this lady is. I swear to God. I swear to God."
Folks, this is not a man of God. I have never heard a preacher say, "I swear to God." That's about as worldly and disrespecting as it gets. Not to mention, Leviticus 19:12 tells us not to falsely swear by God's name and therefore profane his name. And Exodus 20 tells us not to take the Lord's name in vain, and this is just one example of this. It's no different than saying, "Oh my God." And in context, he's saying this to reassure the people that he's telling the truth. It was the biggest fruit basket ever. I promise you. Seriously, I'm not lying. I swear to God. Matthew 5:37 says to let your yes be yes and your no to be no, and that anything more is of the evil one. God's name is holy, and we are to praise his great and awesome name, not use it as an exclamation or an afterthought.
I swear to God.
This guy is making up lies about going to heaven, writing books, and taking your money. 2 Peter 2:3 describes him to a T. He's greedy and making up lies to take your money. Or, in their greed, they exploit you with stories they have made up. God has warned us, but unfortunately, people would rather be entertained by these guys than actually hear God's truth. To suit their own desires, they surround themselves with preachers that tell them exactly what they want to hear. Read your Bibles, my friends, and know God's truth for yourself so that you won't be deceived by people like Jesse. We're going to leave it here for today, but feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. And until next time, take care and God bless.